What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? It's your boy Chris Style. Chiefs Kingdom, we are here, Super Bowl week. We got a special guest coming on representing the Eagles. We're going to get into everything Super Bowl related. We got a lot to speak on. Before we do that, let's talk Chiefs.
Yeah, Arrowhead Chiefs. It's your girl, Miss Nicole. Queen of Hustle, baby. Started from the bottom, now we here. My homie at the start of his career. Let's go. Try to warn him early, hear the truth. Tune in every Sunday for the juice. Arrowhead Chief Podcast, bringing all the news. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Chris Style, out here repping for the crew. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? You are tuned in to the Arrowhead Chief Podcast, episode 115. We're here to preview the Super Bowl, Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. We got a special guest on today. We got Mitch Kofsky from Philly Talk with MK. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, but thank you for having me on. You and I were talking, so I'm like, yo, let's just do this, man. Because we got a big game on ahead, and I see my guy in the chat, Little Spunsy, that's a loyal supporter of mine. Salute to you, my guy. And, yeah, let's get this started, bro.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. We got a lot of things to get into. Like I said, it's Super Bowl week. Before we get into the Super Bowl, tell everybody a little bit about your channel, how long you've been doing this, and all that good stuff.
So I'm a diehard Eagles fan, diehard Sixers fan, so Philadelphia makes sense. I actually started YouTube 7 or 8 years ago, but it was not on the Eagles and Sixers, no. It was on movie reviews, video game reviews, challenges, and stuff like that. I'm not going to go to the whole nine, but yeah, that's my YouTube story, bro. And now I'm here almost at 2,400 or 2,400, almost there. So yeah. That's basically me.
That's what's up, man. I can appreciate that. Well, let's get into it, man. Super Bowl week. You got a lot of Super Bowl storylines going into this week. You know, you got the Andy Reid factor, him playing the team where he started his coaching career at, his head coaching career. You got the Kelsey brothers situation. You got the Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, first black quarterbacks facing each other in the Super Bowl. And we got an underrated, under the low storyline of Nick Sirianni, who used to be a Chiefs assistant coach from 2009 to 2012 under the Todd Haley regime. He was he moved all the way up to wide receiver coach. He was part of the Chiefs, and so that's another factor into it. But my major storyline is going to be, I'm gonna go here with this. I think the storyline of this game is the chess match between Andy Reid, Spags versus Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gannon. You got experience of Andy Reid and Spags, who have been, between the two of them, they've been to 7 Super Bowls, and you know, so they have the experience there. Nick Sirianni, Jonathan Gannon, I don't know if they have ever been to a Super Bowl as an assistant, but this is their first time being there on this stage, you know what I'm saying, as head coach, defensive coordinator. So the chess match is going to be interesting between these two. You know, everybody says Andy Reid, with time to sit back, dissect the team. He's, you know, coming off of a bye. Andy Reid is usually successful. But this team coming in, this Philly team coming in, is no joke. I will admit that. They have a potent defensive line. They got some good corners. Offensively, Jalen Hurts, he's been an MVP candidate all season, you know, until, you know, unfortunately he got hurt, but he's been an MVP candidate most of the season. You got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, you got that potent running game. So you guys are coming in, and deservingly so, with a very good team. You guys have pretty much dominated most of the season. You dominated most of the playoffs. You know, you dominated the Giants, San Francisco. You know, you dominated them. Our role was a little bit more tumultuous. You know, I feel like we was about on the way to dominate the Jacksonville, but unfortunately, Mahomes gets hurt. He had to manage the game a little bit, but he pulled it out. We won. Same thing with the Bengals. We had to manage that game. It was nip and tuck. We got over the hump of having to deal with the Bengals, but we end up winning, and here we are, Super Bowl week. But the main storyline to me is the matchup between Andy Reid, Spags versus Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gammon. That's going to be where I think this game is going to be won at. What are some of the storylines that you were looking at?
So for me, honestly, the coaching is up there because, like you said, experience versus youth. Jonathan Gannon, that's my bro, Cool Cat Connor, Cool Cat Mitch, every Monday at 3 p.m. Let's go, bro. What is up? Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, like I said, not a lot of Eagles fans like Jonathan Gannon of his coaching and stuff. So if we lose this game, it's gonna be on him. And then Nick Sirianni, man. And when we hired him last year, he was talking about flowers. He was talking about rock, paper, scissors. I got so mad I made a rant video. Bro, now we're in the Super Bowl, man. Oh my God, it's just insane what we have to come up against. And Andy Reid, we know Andy Reid pretty well. Us Eagles fans, we know him very well. Championship games here and there, choking, going to the Super Bowl, McNabb throwing up, all that stuff. So we know Andy Reid. We know what his weakness is, and that's clock management. His clock management is not that good. So it's we're here for a fight, man. We're here for a fight.
Most definitely, man. And the other storyline of this game to me is this game is going to be won in the trenches. Most definitely.
Yes.
I'm pretty safe to say that we're looking at probably the number. You guys are the number one defensive line in the game right now. You guys had 77 sacks, which was probably a history in the NFL of sacks. So, and our offensive line was number one against pass blocking win rate. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. Now, I ain't gonna lie, our tackles, more so Mitch, Andrew Wiley. Andrew Wiley is going to be the guy that's probably going to need help. You're going to get a lot of chip blocking because I know Hassan Reddick is probably going to be on that side. If Jonathan Gannon is smart, I would put Hassan Reddick on that side. Let Josh Sweat deal with, Orlando Brown Jr. I think our interior offensive line is probably one of the best. Creed Humphrey's probably, 1, 2, best centers in the league. You got Tooney, who's one of the best guards in the league. Trey Smith is one of the best. So I'm not worried about our interior. It's more so of our tackles, being able to block you guys on that outside. I get you guys have a heavy rotation on that defensive line. And that's one thing. And one thing we're going to have to do is a lot of screens and getting Isaiah Pacheco going, running at you guys, getting you guys to slow that pass rush down. If we could do that, I believe we could be, pretty successful in moving the ball down the field.
So you're not scared of Fletcher Cox, Hargrave, Jordan Davis, that inside the line?
It's not. I'm not scared. It's more so. I'm not scared because I believe in the guys in the middle. The strength of our offensive line is in the middle. It's Tooney, Creed, and Trey Smith.
Yeah,
I'm not those guys. I'm not worried about. It's Orlando Brown and it's Wiley. Those are the guys I'm worried about. Orlando Brown, he's okay, but he does bad against speed rush. When it comes to speed rushers, he's horrible. He's not that good. So that's why I say Isaiah Pacheco, McKinnon, those guys are going to be very, very essential in this game. McKinnon more so coming out of the backfield on screens, making you guys, when you guys rush, we're going to have to throw it off and, dump it off to McKinnon, try to slow you guys down a little bit, make you pick and choose when you guys want to blitz. That's going to be essential in this game. Now, defensively, Chris Jones, Frank Clark, George Karlaftis, Carlos Dunlap, they're going to have to get pressure. And Spags, you guys know Spags too. Spags is going to send pressure different types of ways. He's going to try to do his best to confuse Jalen Hurts, doing different type of stunts and twists. And our secondary, they're young, but they've come a long way during the season. Trent McDuffie, who's one of our first round pick. He's really good. He's shown a knack for locking down, top tier wide receivers. If you look at the numbers, Jamar, when he was on Jamar Chase, 1 catch, 8 yards, and only 1 target. So, or like 8 targets. No, 8 targets. So 8 targets, 1 catch, and like 8 yards. So McDuffie's good. Thankfully, L'Jarius Sneed passed concussion protocol, so he's good to go. That's our number 1 corner. So am I a little worried about our secondary? Yes, because they're young.
There you go.
You're going against Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, but they showed me something in that Cincinnati game to where when our number 1 guy goes out, they can rise to the occasion. And so I believe that these guys have been battle tested all season. Let's just get, they've been battle tested because they've been playing all season. So they've been battle tested. So I do have confidence that these young guys can get the job done. Will you guys get yours? Of course. You got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. You can't just hold them to, nothing. So you guys are going to get yours off. I'm not even sitting here saying you guys are not going to score. You're going to score your points. But I'm saying. But I do think our defense is underrated coming into this game. I think our defense is better than what people give it credit for. And so, mind you, we were second in sacks, right behind y'all. So we were second in sacks. And Chris Jones, he's probably right now that, Aaron Donald's kind of taking a step back. Chris Jones might be the best defensive tackle, coming into this year. He had 15.5 sacks, and he dominated most of this year. So, and Frank Clark, when he's in the playoffs, he just turns up. I don't know what it is about Frank Clark, but when the playoffs come, he turns into an animal. So George Karlaftis, our rookie, first-round pick, he's been on a sack record. He's had a sack in his last 7, 8 games. So he's been coming along. Carlos Dunlap, a constant professional.
Dunlap, I miss him.
Yeah, he's constant professional, always, he's always going to give trouble to any offensive line. So, but I think it's going to be a good game. Like I said, this game is going to be won in the trenches. So, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. So, for me, with our offensive line, I mean, come on. Lane Johnson, who has not given up a sack, he owns Bosa and Micah Parsons. So, going up against your defensive line, I don't think that's going to be any trouble. Maybe you guys are going to get 1 or 2, 3 sacks, maybe. Jason Kelsey, who can run with the best of them, who's actually speedy. He can block you, stiff arm you with 1 arm. I'm telling you, this offensive line, and we got Mailata on one side. I mean, bro, this offensive line is something else. It's something else. We're no pushover here. We're no pushover. Like some Kansas City fans told me you guys are going to get 7 sacks. I'm like, what are you talking?
I'm not going to go that far.
Dude, for doing YouTube, I've learned something. It's like, don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything what people tell you. Because they're saying 7 sacks. They were saying 3 forced fumbles. I'm like, are we talking about the same team here? Are you watching him on the field? I mean, this offensive line is one of the main reasons Jalen Hurts is successful as he is. I mean, look at these numbers. We have a comparison with the MVP. I mean, honestly, I think they're going to give it to Mahomes because Jalen Hurts has been injured for a couple weeks. Mahomes has played the entire season, record numbers. So I think they're going to give that to Mahomes. Once you gave Jalen Hurts A.J. Brown, a number 1 wide receiver, that's a wrap. Because last year we had Whiteside, the umbrella man, and we had Jalen Reagor, who a lot of Philly fans wanted out. Then he goes to Minnesota and fumbles a punt return. So it's just Devontae Smith, arguably my favorite player on the Eagles. I'm telling you, he had experience as a number 1 wide receiver. Now you put him on the number 2 slot against a rookie corner. I mean, McDuffie is good. I like McDuffie. I do. But I think he's going to have a hard time with A.J. Brown. Yes, he did shut down Justin Jefferson, like you said. A.J. Brown can go right by you, gone, see you later, catch. We've seen it. And I think you brought this up. Dallas Goedert. I'm telling you, man, that's the X factor for me. Dallas Goedert, if he can break a couple tackles and gain a couple yards, that's my X factor. It's Dallas Goedert. So you guys are going to have a hard time guarding him with your linebackers, I feel like.
Well, Well, Willie Gay, who's pretty underrated as an athlete, he's pretty, pretty stout when it comes to guarding tight ends. Um, Justin Reed, who's been really good guarding tight ends this year. He's probably one of the top safeties guarding tight ends this year. So I think you can see a heavy dose of Willie Gay and Justin Reed guarding Goddard. Like I said, I'm not saying Goddard ain't gonna get a couple catches. He will, but I definitely think that. Um, I think we'll fare well when it comes to Goddard. My main concern with you guys is your running backs,
Yes.
and more so Gainwell. Gainwell is the one that I'm more concerned about, especially.
Really?
Yes, I'm more concerned about Gainwell. He's because he has fresh legs.
Yep.
He's the speed guy, and he's good catching the ball out of the backfield. So
Yeah.
he's the guy that we're gonna have to have. Not to say that Miles Sanders. I know Miles Sanders had a great season. He's really good, but Gainwell is the guy that more so concerns me.
So what about
Um,
Boston Scott then?
Boston Scott is good in the red zone, but he's good on third downs. But Gainwell is the guy. Speed always scares me. Speed
Yeah.
always scares me.
Yeah.
Guys who are not the more speedy guys. Those guys don't scare me. It's more so the speed guys. Um, Now on offense, I know everybody's looking at our receiving core, and yeah, we're coming in with guys kind of banged up now. Today, the injury report came out. Everybody practiced today. Everybody was good to go. Only person that is not good to go is Miko Hardman. They put him on IR, and we activated Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't think Clyde is really going to get any playing time. Um, but the guys that's going to be essential in this game is Kadarius Toney, who, when he's healthy, the guy is explosive. He's dynamic. Um, Juju Smith-Schuster is good in the middle of the field. He's good. He's physical. But Travis Kelce, I believe Travis is going to get his. They're going to move him around. They're going to split him out wide. They're going to use our other tight ends to chip block Hassan Reddick. So they're not going to really, have Travis Kelce do that too much. He'll do that a few times, but I feel like he's going to be more split out wide, get more one-on-ones, so you guys can double cover him all the time. And I think we're going to attack the middle of the field with against your linebackers, and that's going to be part of the game plan: screens and attacking the middle of the field.
Yeah. Travis Kelce is the only player I'm worried about. Like, the offense goes through him. It doesn't go through Mahomes. Oh my God. Awesome. Stick to one side. You trash the Eagles. She's a Commanders fan. I don't know if you knew. But she trashes us, then compliments us. Trash us, compliments us. Stick to one side. You think you're trolling, but you're making yourself look stupid. Anyways, Commanders away. But look, with this Travis Kelce thing, it's like that's the best tight end in the game. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. We're going to have to switch guys. We're going to have to rotate him. Maybe Gardner Johnson, maybe Edwards, maybe Kaiser White. We're going to have to Maddox, maybe. We're going to have to go off and on, double team, triple team, try to contain him as much as possible. That's the main guy I'm worried about because Travis Kelce is no slump.
No, you're not. No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, and like I said, I think that Isaiah Pacheco is going to be very instrumental in our offense. If we can get success running on you guys, then we have, like I said, we have a good chance of moving the ball down the field and pretty much doing what we need to do to score a touchdown. So he's gonna be essential, and Jordan McKinnon is gonna be essential. Yeah. Now let me ask you a question, man. Going into this season, because nobody saw this with Jalen Hurts. In the beginning of the season, what was your thoughts of Jalen Hurts? And now, up to this point, what is your thoughts on Jalen?
So when it comes, I'm gonna go to the off season because there was like this little graphic on Twitter, right? He was like, Jalen Hurts is gonna combine for like 4,000 yards and all this stuff. And I tweeted out, guys, let's be realistic. There's no way Jalen Hurts is gonna be like this. And all of these Eagles fans came after my neck. They were like, watch him do this, do that. I'm like, bro, it's not going to happen. So I made a video. It was like, Jalen Hurts is never going to be good as Josh Allen, Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Brady. And then he made me eat my words. I made a video prove me wrong. And now Jalen Hurts is MVP of the league. Now, there are a couple Eagles content creators out there. Shout out to Bird Gang 31. Shout out to EC1. They called it right from the jump. Right from the jump, they said 16-1 until proven otherwise. And I'm like, whoa. Let's hold down the brakes. I had it going 11-6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I'm one of the most realistic Eagles fans out there. I'm not like one of these guys who can just go like, oh, we're going undefeated. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Watch it, believe us, all that stuff. I'm like, no. My dad, my family raised me to be realistic. Like to look at the numbers, look at the field, and see what your eyes tell you. Not just like what hopes and dreams. So for me, Jalen Hurts proved me wrong. The fact he worked so hard, the fact he's playing this MVP type level, they're about to give him a bag. They're about to give him a bag, and he deserves it. So I am glad he proved me wrong. I am glad that he played like this for his potential and just to go off from here. So I'm really happy of Jalen Hurts. Like, believe me, that guy proved me wrong big time.
Yeah, he proved a lot of us wrong. I didn't think Jalen Hurts was a bad quarterback. I just thought that he needed, development, and that was the thing going into the season. What was his development going to be like going into this season? And like I said, he proved it. He worked hard. He worked on his passing game. His passing game has gotten better. He's operating y'all offense at a high level before the injury. Now the level of concern with that shoulder injury is that's something to look out for in the Super Bowl. Is how good how he looks with that shoulder injury. He hasn't really had to do much because the defense is just dominated. So we'll see what happens in the Super Bowl, but still, he deservingly so deserves to get paid this offseason. He's had a great season. He's been an MVP candidate for sure. He probably, if he didn't get hurt and he had played Dallas and beat Dallas, he probably would have won the MVP this season. But yeah, he definitely deserves all the accolades and praises that he's gotten this season. So.
Yeah, he's actually an all-pro second quarterback behind George Mahomes. So I was watching ESPN. I never watched ESPN. It's one of the days I was like, let me turn it on and let's see what it is. When there was an all-pro 1, all-pro 2 quarterbacks face off each other, all-pro 2 had been all-pro 1 each time. I'm like, all right, you may have jinxed us, but hey, that's cool to see.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
I know. I'm excited, though. I'm really excited and confident. I'm really confident. You
should be, man. Now, we talked about it a little bit, but Nick Sirianni, Jonathan Gannon, this is, they put together a great season as head coach and defensive coordinator. From you guys' perspective, what are your thoughts on these two coaches?
So, Jonathan Gannon, I'm telling you right now, a lot of people wanted him out. If you go to the chat, little Spongy, it's he wanted him out first thing out of the jump. First week, he wanted him gone when we played the Detroit Lions. It was that bad. He doesn't blitz at the right time. He doesn't have coverage correctly. He has the corners 10 yards back. And I'm like, you got to put them on them a little bit because if they do a slant, they're gone. So a lot of Eagles fans want him gone. Still, even if we win the Super Bowl, there were fans out there that want him gone. So it's just man, I know he's staying. He said he's staying. So I'm slowly becoming a Jonathan Gannon fan. I'm learning the game as we go. So with Nick Sirianni, man, he's doing everything right. He's got the players behind him. He's got the right players. He's got the right schemes and everything. Play calling is a little bit in it. So for me, it's you cannot ask for anything better. And then you have Shane Steichen, whose play calling for Jalen Hurts has been really, really good. It's been really good. So I'm really happy for this coaching staff. And it's only the second year with these guys.
Yeah.
Only the second year.
No, yeah. So you guys have definitely got a bright future ahead of you guys, going forward. You guys can definitely keep this thing going. You got a lot of good young players on both sides of the football. So yeah, definitely looking up for you guys. How is my guy Clarence? Clarence!
What's happening, man? Sorry I'm late.
It's all good.
Man. Kids, dog.
Hey, your Chiefs better not show up late.
They won't. I promise they won't.
How you doing, bro? How you doing?
How about yourself, man?
I'm doing good. We're having a good conversation about the Eagles and Chiefs.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring it back to you, Clarence. What is the major storyline in this Super Bowl for you?
I mean, it's got to be. I mean, the storyline. I think there's two. There's, obviously the quarterback situation, and then you got Andy playing against Philly in the Super Bowl. You know, I know he beat them. Was that last year?
Yeah,
Last year up in Philly, but
yeah,
this one's for it all. So that extra prep, and it's gonna be a challenge, man. This was
yeah.
definitely gonna be a challenge.
Yeah, most definitely. I said my major storyline was the chess match between the experience and the youth.
Yeah,
Andy Reid and Spags, they're the experienced ones. They've been here, several times. Whereas in Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gannon, this is their first time on this, this big stage of the Super
yeah,
Bowl, and they could either, that experience can, win the game, or Nick Sirianni and them can build a name for himself. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? As one
Absolutely.
of the top coaches in this league, especially Nick Sirianni, being a young guy, he could be up there with the Sean McVays and the Jonathan, what's his name? Cincinnati, Zach Taylor.
Taylor, yeah.
Yeah, those younger coaches out there. He could
Yep,
be up there. Kyle Shanahan, who's a
yep,
young coach.
yep.
So that's going to be the chess match right there. These guys out there making a name for themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, Little Spunsy was good. Commanders, where you at? Carson Wentz is gone. Like,
now,
come on, man. Did you guys see that song of the Commanders left hand up?
yeah, I saw it. It's
Like, come on.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. All right, Mitch. What is your thoughts on your division now and going forward? Because you guys, not only did you guys go to the playoffs, but the Cowboys went to the playoffs and the Giants went to the playoffs. And those teams are going to relatively get better, and the Commanders is right there too. They got talent over there. They're a quarterback away, I feel, but
it's more than a quarterback. Let's just be honest.
They're right there.
They need a new stadium.
They
need a new stadium. Last year they almost killed my quarterback.
Yeah.
But what is your thoughts on your division?
So we got the best division in football. I mean, come on. We were called the NFC least for how long? Like a decade?
Mm-hmm.
Like a decade. And everyone was talking about the AFC East. You guys, the Broncos, Chargers, Raiders. What happened to the Raiders?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell? And so our division came up guns blazing.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, that defense. I can't believe I'm saying this. Dang. But they did well. The Cowboys did what they were supposed to do. Dak Prescott choked. So there's that. And then the Giants. It's actually funny with some Giants fans. Let me just tell you guys this. So after they beat the Vikings, right, I pop on an all Giants stream, who's a part of my network, the Hardcore Sports Network, and they were like, Mitch, I want you. I want you. Come on, we want you. And I'm like, bro, take it easy. Sit down. Go sit on the couch. And that's what happened. So I'm telling you, bro, we got the best division in football. That's no cap. No cap.
No, your division definitely, going forward, they can definitely, the Giants, they probably just need to load up on some offensive weapons and, add to their defense. The Cowboys are going to cowboy, whatever.
We got Giants fans in the chat now. My guy, Adam. Sorry, Adam. It's okay, man. It's okay. You got next year.
But yeah, no, definitely your division is definitely on the uptick. It's better than what I thought it was going to be. I thought the NFC East was going to be one of the worst divisions, and everybody was. I don't even know who I picked to win that division. I didn't. And once I saw you guys' off season, I think I picked the Eagles. That's what it was. I picked the Eagles because I saw y'all off season.
I actually had a second about the Cowboys. I had a second.
Yeah, no, I saw the pieces you guys were surrounding. You got AJ Brown and y'all got all them defensive linemen and all that stuff. I was like, I don't know, the Eagles might do something this year. So
it's just like for the trenches we were talking about earlier. We keep on drafting in the trenches year in and year out. So we got those players that can come in and take all the players out. Ndamukong Suh, Linval Joseph can come in and give Hargrave, Fletcher Cox a break. Then you have Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, And then you have Nakobe Dean, who hasn't really seen much of anything. I think he's going to play a lot more next year.
Yeah.
So it's like, we got a good future. We got a good future in the top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys do got a top 10 pick. And you probably could use that and trade up and get somebody if y'all really wanted them.
Yeah, I know. Tell that to your. Oh my God! Don't even get me started.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and talk about this game, man.
Yeah.
Key components of the game. Let's talk about the offensive side. Mitch, on offense, if the Eagles want to win, what do they got to do on offense?
Run the ball. Basically, you said it earlier. Just run the dang ball. I feel like I'm playing in blindside. Run the dang ball because we're one of the best running. What is it? Running back by committee. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So we got Miles Sanders, who I wasn't high in the beginning of the year, Kenneth Gainwell, and Boston Scott. Then you have to add Jalen Hurts into the mix. So we can always get like those 5 or 6 yards behind this offensive line. So if we keep on using that, I think it'll be good. And then the wide receivers, that speaks for yourself. That speaks for yourself.
Go ahead, Clarence. If the Chiefs want to win, what do they got to do?
I mean, it's got to be a mixture this week, more so than, you probably could have got away with last week against the Bengals. Pacheco, McKinnon are going to have to get some tough yardage against that. It's not going to be that first half that's going to matter. It's got to be that second half that matters. Much like the Super Bowl against the Niners, it's going to have to be a second half running game effort to wear them down because you got, like you said, you got Fletcher Cox and Hargrave, and Jordan Davis, and Sue, Linval. They run stoppers, but they gas tanks in this game, like, that could be a question mark. And on the other side of it, I know you guys got Slay, you got Bradbury. Definitely a problem in the secondary. I think, stopping Travis is obviously the number one priority, but it's the other guys. It's the Kadarius Toney. It's the Noah Gray, and Jody Fortson that can probably make some big plays in this game. That, I mean, they're gonna have to. You're gonna have to rely on those guys to make some splash plays that you just can't expect to see. You don't predict that happening. You know what I mean? Like you run the risk of double covering Travis to leave something else open, and the single coverage guy's gonna have to make plays this week.
And then we have Garner Johnson at safety.
Yeah.
So it's like arguably the best safety in the game. I don't know. You guys tell me. Is he up there?
He's up there.
He's up there. Oh, I wouldn't say he's the best. I don't think he's better than Derwin James.
Okay. How bad do you guys miss the Honey Badger?
Not so much because last year he was a liability when it came to tackling because he's a smaller guy. Yeah, he's a playmaker, but Justin Reed is a way better solid tackler. And as the season has gone on, he's getting better and better. Like towards the end of the season, we finally got to see the Justin Reed that we was expecting to see when he came over in free agency. So he's actually been really good down the stretch, and he's starting to make plays on the ball too. So, and like I said, he's a way better tackle. He's bigger. You know what I'm saying? He's 6'1", 2 something. Whereas the Honey Badger is what 5'8", 5'9", maybe if that. And he's small. And he was making some business decisions last year. This is totally what it was. He was making some business decisions where he could have got some tackles on some guys, and he just let them go right by. So, I mean, definitely appreciate what the Honey Badger brought to the team. He brought some leadership, and that first year when he came, he was one of the main reasons why we got that Super Bowl. But definitely, I feel like Justin Reed was a definitely upgrade from him. I think he's lost a step. Honey Badger, and you saw it with the Saints. Like he wasn't the same player. So
he wasn't. He was close to becoming an Eagle, though. He was close.
Wasn't. Yeah.
I'm glad we have Garner Johnson, and they gave us a 10th pick. Thank you.
Yeah. So, So, but on offense, I've already said it, earlier. I said Jared McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco is going to be key in this game. Isaiah Pacheco running that football, slowing down this pass rush. The screen game is going to be instrumental with McKinnon using Kadarius Toney on jet sweeps, making that defense slow down on the pass rush, tiring this defensive line because there are some older guys on this defensive line. So you want to, test their gas tank, the Ndamukong Suhs, the Linval Joseph, Robert Quinn. Those guys are older. Fletcher Cox. Those are not guys. Those guys ain't, spring chickens. So they're
Right.
older guys. So you try to run that tank out. So in the later third, fourth quarter, they're gasping for air. Now we can go at them. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that pass rush will slow down just a little bit. So I think, and then Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be instrumental in the middle of the field. Him and Travis Kelce are going to be instrumental in the middle of the field. MVS, we need another game from MVS like he played against the Bengals. We get that, him getting them deep shots, hitting those corners with those double moves and using his height and his length like he did finally in that Bengals game. We can get that MVS. Then we got a good shot. We got a good chance to move, like I said, move that ball down the field and hit our head on that goal post and get 7. So, and of course the trenches, the offensive line, they're gonna have to be great.
I'm really excited for both offensive. I'm really excited for both lines, offensive and defensive. Like the matchups are crazy. We were going through that earlier. Like I'm really excited for that matchup alone.
Yeah, the trenches are where it's going to be the big matchups. That middle of the field with Fletcher Cox and Justin and Jordan Davis versus Creed and Trey and Tooney. That's going to be the matchup. But them dang on tackles, Orlando Brown and Wiley, man, they got to hold on for this. They're gonna put Hassan Reddick, Clarence. They're gonna put Hassan Reddick on Wiley's side. Mm-hmm. And that's where you're gonna have to use you might have to have Noah Gray, Blake Bell. He's gonna be instrumental in this game. They got to suit Blake Bell for this game, and they got to use him as a chipper, as an extra blocker in this game. They got to suit up Blake Bell because he's our best blocking tight end. So they definitely got to use him. Now on defense, Mitch, who do you say the Eagles got to do to win this game on defense?
Right. Rush the quarterback. I mean, look, Hassan Reddick, the guy's up there for Defensive Player of the Year next to Parsons, Bosa. He's up there, man. Defensive line. Got to make Patrick Mahomes a little uncomfortable. Now, I know you Chiefs fans are like, oh, that's what he wants. He wants to run with the ball. Are they right? Like, is that what you guys want? Or is it just like I'm talking to kids and they don't know what they're talking about?
I mean, honestly, I don't think that's if he's moving around and scrambling around in the pocket and extending the plays, that's not what y'all pass rush want. Y'all don't want that. I'm telling you right now.
Feel with the high ankle sprain though.
He's actually, I think he's going to be better than what he was in the Bengals game. I don't know how Clarence, but I think he's going to be way better than what he is in the Bengals game. He got a whole week to stay off that ankle, and now he's going into this week. Yeah, I think he's going to be way better. I think he's going to be more healthier than what you guys give credit for.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, my dad's actually a radiologist. So it's like, believe me, I know about the inside the body and out. Yeah, so he's like, Mitch, he should be good to go. Yeah, he should be fine. Yeah. Like he could be limping a tad, but he's like, nah, he'll be good. Not a solid 100%, but he'll be good. Yeah. So it's just like, I'm more confident in this game than my dad. Let's keep it honest.
Yeah. Now,
because of that.
Clarence, on defense, what do we have to do?
We gotta stop the run, and we gotta get home when Spags calls man-to-man defense. Like, force Jalen Hurts out of the pocket. Force him to either try to get a pass to AJ or Devontae or Dallas Goedert, but get that pressure. You know what I mean? Jones, Clark, them guys are going to have to step up and make those plays that they made against the Bengals. Mm-hmm. You know, especially when we call man-to-man. When we go man-to-man, the front's going to have to get home. They're going to have to get to Jalen. But priority number one is going to be stopping the run, but I think the first play Philly may run, may be a play action bomb to AJ or Devontae.
Test these young corners.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm with you on that. We are definitely gonna have to get pressure with Chris Jones. Frank Clark's gonna have to be Frank Clark, playoff Frank Clark. George, he's gonna have to get in. Dunlap. The rotation with Mike Dana, who's an underrated defensive lineman on our team, who's been really good. He's gonna have to get pressure. And Colin Saunders, another guy, who's gonna be part of that rotation. But we're going to have to be really good in coverage. Trent McDuffie, I expect him to be more so covering Devontae Smith. L'Jarius Sneed, he's probably going to guard A.J. Brown. And I think that's going to be the matchup that's going to be essential. If those guys can hold up, be physical at the line of scrimmage with those guys, because that's what our corners are good at being physical at the line of scrimmage, rerouting these guys, and testing this shoulder of Jalen Hurts. Because ever since he's came back from that shoulder injury, he hasn't looked the same throwing the football. So we gotta test that shoulder out and see if he can really, on a consistent basis, throw the football down the field. So, So
I mean, he did it against the Niners, and people were saying that was the best defense. Like what? People were saying that was the best defense in the league. You guys put 44 points on them. Like honestly, I think they're overrated a bit.
I wouldn't say all that. I ain't gonna go that far. I mean, once Purdy went out, it was kind of like they
blame us that we beat a fourth-string quarterback.
We kind of.
I mean, like, come on, they always come up with something.
I think the 49ers defense is really good, so I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna say.
I think they might get Rodgers.
Nah, I don't think they get Rodgers. I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think they get Rodgers. I don't know who they get, but I don't think they get Rodgers. But defensively, that's what I feel we need to do.
Yeah.
So, Mitch, what is a key matchup for you?
I'm gonna go something different than offensive line and defensive line. I mean, we've been going through that. So, does it have to be like my offense to your defense, or the other way around?
It don't matter. Whatever matchup you're looking at.
You know what? I'm going to wide receivers and the corners. I mean, you guys are rookies. They're up and coming. God, I forget his name. McDuffie. He's doing his thing. But I think with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts and that connection, I think they're going to expose it. Devontae Adams. But wish I had him. But Devontae Smith, a number one wide receiver going to your number two. How's your corner going up against that? You guys nervous about that?
No. Because he went against the number one in Jamar Chase.
I thought McDuffie did.
That's what I'm saying, McDuffie. But L'Jarius Sneed
is the other one.
But L'Jarius Sneed, he's not a rookie. He's been in there for 4 or 5 years, Clarence.
Yeah.
I think you are 2 rookies.
We have other rookies. Jalen Watson is our other rookie.
Gotcha. Okay. I was like, I knew there was another rookie somewhere.
And don't sleep on Jalen Watson because he's got interceptions in the last 2 games, So
yeah,
he's big, physical, 6'3" guy. So he's hard to throw against. So
I think that's the matchup for me. Wide receivers and corners.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Clarence.
I think it's Patrick Mahomes versus his defense. Period.
Okay.
Stop him.
Yeah.
I respect that. Yeah. I like that. The defense is a whole nother beast, but I get it.
My key matchup is Andy Reid versus Jonathan Gannon. And how he
not Nick Sirianni?
Well, the matchup, the offense and the defense. Like Nick Sirianni's he doesn't he man down the offense?
Jonathan Gannon's the defense.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So Andy Reid versus Jonathan Gannon, because that's who he's game planning against is that defense.
Mm.
That's gonna be the key. Like what does Andy Reid cook up against this pass rush? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm interested in. That's the matchup that I'm looking at. Is what does he have cooked up for this after a whole week, a bye week of him sitting down, watching film, being able to look at it. What does he have cooked up for this defense? That's going to be my key matchup.
And you know what? My other matchup is Andy Reid versus the clock. I mean, hey, if you guys don't call the timeout at the right time, let the clock roll. That's another one. We had to deal with that for years.
Yeah.
No, you're right about that. You're definitely right about that. He's going to have to be on point with that clock management, and when to call timeouts, when to challenge, all that good stuff. He's gonna have to be on point, and that's up to the people upstairs to keep him on point.
Yeah.
To keep talking to him in his head, say, "Hey, Andy, you might want to call timeout right now. Hey, Andy, you might want to challenge right now." So that's what those guys upstairs.
He's a Hall of Fame coach. He is.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to come out with a dub here because this Eagles team is hungry. It's hungry. I don't think if we don't win this game, it's going to be tough for us to come back. You guys got Mahomes. You guys will come back. Maybe not next year, but the year after. You guys will come back. But for us, it's going to be tough to come back.
I don't think it's going to be tough for y'all. I think y'all loaded.
We have 18 unrestricted free agents. We cannot afford every single one of them. And Jalen Hurts is expecting the bag.
This is true.
So it's like, I don't know what we do. I don't know. Like, this got me talking about the offseason already. God damn.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, Mitch. Give us a score prediction, man.
Score prediction? Okay. So I usually go 28-21. That's like a gag I have with my guys at Hardcore Sports. But for me, I'm going 30-17. I think this defense is really going to put something. I mean, 49ers. I know it's a backup quarterback. I know it's everything. Debo, McCaffrey, held them to 7. Giants, not the same thing. I get it. Daniel Jones. Please, Giants, give him the bag. Please give him the bag. Please. But for me, it's like I got 30. What did I say? 30-17.
30-17.
30-17, yes.
27-23.
Okay. I like that. I haven't heard that one yet.
I'm going 35-28.
Ooh. And 35 on our defense? Wow.
Let me tell you something, Mitch. And Clarence can attest to this. How many times this year have we heard about this defense is going to stop this offense? This is the defense right here. They're going to come in and shut it down. They're going to hold them to 17 points. How many times have we heard this year, Clarence?
Mm-hmm.
You probably heard it a lot. Hey, we heard it a lot too.
Broken record, right?
Same thing with us, man. Same thing with us. Like someone in the chat said we had an easy schedule. I mean, come on. It never ends.
You play the people you play on your schedule.
Exactly. I hate that.
But at the end of the day, ain't nobody holding the Chiefs to 17 points.
What was the lowest you guys had? What was the lowest amount of points that you guys had in the game?
It was the 17 versus we scored 20 against the Colts, right?
I'm going to look it up. I'm actually curious.
And that's the game we shot ourselves in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't nothing they did.
Yeah.
I mean, 23 against the Bengals if you're counting that. But are you really counting that or no?
No, not really.
No, you're not counting that one? Okay. I typed it wrong. Come on, man. I hate this phone sometimes.
But even in that Bengals game last week, or a week ago, we left points on the board.
Both teams did.
We left points on the board.
Both teams did.
But at the half, it should have been 21-6, bro.
Yeah. I mean, 27 against the Chargers, 17 against you had 17 against the Colts.
And we shot ourselves in the foot on that.
And then you had 20 against the Bills, 44 against the Niners, 20, 27, 30, 26, 24, you lost, 34 against the Broncos. Oh, you didn't see that. 30, 24. Yeah, it was 17.
Yeah.
17 against their Colts.
And that was like I said, we shot ourselves in the foot in that game.
Yeah.
We made mad mistakes in that game. So, but like I said, man, it's gonna be a good Super Bowl, man. And I'm excited to see where these matchups line up at, and I'm excited to see how this thing goes, man. May the best team win. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you're confident in your team, brother.
Hey, this is the most confident I've been all year.
As you should.
All year.
Because
I was not big on Jalen Hurts. I never wasn't. I was one of those more, oh my God, I can't speak, realistic guys. So it was like, I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to do that based off what I saw last year, but hey, he proved me wrong.
He did. He proved a lot of people wrong. He did. Man. Kudos to him. He was the MVP candidate, but like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what happens on Sunday, man. You confident? We
I
confident?
want to go back to the matchups part. I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes because it's the first time it's like African American quarterbacks. Like, come on, man. That's history in itself. Yeah. And who knows? This could be a rivalry for going down years to come.
Yeah.
Like it's starting off something, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. That's beautiful.
It's
finally 2 black quarterbacks facing off each other. This is history in the making. And I believe both quarterbacks is going to put on the show, man, and show that, this shouldn't have been the first time. We should have been here. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right. How many times did you guys win the Super Bowl with Mahomes? Once?
Just once. Yeah.
Just once? Why did I think you won twice?
No, we lost against Tampa Bay in the COVID season.
Gotcha. Of course.
Our offensive line was diminished down to third stringers.
Yeah.
And that pass rush was relentless on us. It was, so it is what it is, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mitch, man. Appreciate you coming on the show, brother, man, and definitely want you to come back on the show in the future.
Yeah. If you guys want to do something after we win, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Like I said, look forward to you coming on the show in the future, man.
And, come on mine too. Come on mine too, man. I love talking sports with everybody. I can't talk sports with like everybody, bro. Yeah. On Twitter.
Yeah, no.
Get me out of there. That's why I work with the Painted Lines, who's actually a Philadelphia sports network full of writers. So I work with yes, that's an ongoing joke. I eat brownies at 9:00. So that's like an ongoing joke for me. But yes, I work with sports writers, basketball, football, stuff like that. So I'm living a dream, get to talk to sports with people that covered this for years.
Mm.
I mean, come on. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I wouldn't even think about doing that.
Absolutely.
All right. Go ahead and plug where everybody can follow you at and find your work at.
All right. So you guys can follow me at Mitch Kofsky on Twitter and YouTube. And please go check out my network, the Hardcore Sports Network. This is the first full season of us covering every single sport: football, basketball, wrestling. We're actually doing NASCAR. We're actually covering it all. So shout out to them, man. It was me and another guy, AK Eagles. We started it. So please check us out over there. We're growing like crazy. So we would love to have you guys join, man. We got different teams. We got Niners, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders. We got it all. So if you guys want to join, collab with other people, let me know. You're in.
All right, cool, man. Definitely have to have that talk, man. But appreciate you coming on the show, man. Like I said, look forward to the game on Sunday, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, bro. I don't know. I'm sitting in my living room. So me and my guy, we do to watch the games. So I have to be in the living room because I'm ahead of him because it's on cable. So I'm like, I got to get that TV. I got to get there. So it's like superstition.
I hear you, man.
You guys have a superstition for the game? For the Super Bowl?
Nah, never.
Nah?
Come on.
The only superstitions I have is I can't watch Chief games by myself. I mean, we're around people. I can't watch it around people.
Really?
I'm really hard pressed on watching. Like I got to pick and choose who I watch it around.
Gotcha. Okay. Just like my buddy, he can't watch any Eagles games, and he's an Eagles fan. So it's like if he watches, we lose. So I'm like, "Are you watching the Super Bowl?" He's like, "I don't know, man. I don't know."
Yeah, I can't watch it around people.
Yeah.
It's got to be a small group of people.
Yeah. So appreciate you guys having me on, man.
No problem.
Really do. Shout out to you guys, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I like the confidence, man.
Yes, sir.
I like these people saying we're gonna score 17 points.
Yeah, let's stay team. What's that for them?
Yeah. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you're supposed to feel like that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You have every right to feel that way. You know, they've dominated most of their season. You know what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
do. I hear the fans when they say, "Oh, they never played anybody," but you still got to play the teams on your schedule, man. It is
Those
what it is. It
those
is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like
could have been L's. Yep.
you still got to go on the field and play. You know what I'm saying? And hey, kudos to the Eagles. They handled their business and they did what they were supposed to do, dominate
Mm-hmm.
inferior teams.
Yeah.
That's one thing Kansas City can't do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I wish we would dominate teams that were inferior to us.
Well, they got a couple bigger weapons than we do, so that helps a lot.
Mhm.
Having AJ Brown and Devontae Smith helps a lot.
Oh, most definitely. They definitely, you know, everybody's looking at the matchups, and yes, they do. They have more probably top end guys on their side on offense and defense. Probably so. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
But here, my thing is just like I said, my thing is Andy Reid, Spags. They've been on this stage before, man, and
Mm-hmm.
that experience just
Mm-hmm.
that means something to me. Like when you on this stage, man, there's just a certain level of of competition when you step on this stage, man. You going against them guys now.
Right. Right.
We're
Right.
gonna see how great Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gannon are,
Mm-hmm.
because we've seen it too many times that when the more experienced coach gets on that stage and he just in his bag, and the other guy who's never been there before is just kind of like over his head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you could have all the pieces and the weapons on that side.
Yeah.
You can't coach a good game. What does that mean? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? We've seen it a lot. Hell, a lot of those, other than when they had Randy Moss and Wes Welker and all them, how many times have the Patriots been the less, talented team, and the other team had all the weapons and and Belichick is out there doing a master class out there,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
and you got the best quarterback at the time, and Tom Brady, like
Mm-hmm.
that don't mean nothing when you got the best coach and quarterback. All
Yeah.
that stuff
Yeah.
trickles down, man.
Right. Yeah.
All that stuff, and like I said, I'm not dissing the Eagles, but I just think we're battle tested, man. Not to say they not, but I think we're battle tested, man. We've been through the gauntlet of
Mm-hmm.
quarterbacks, defenses. That's why I say I laugh when people say, "Oh," because every time we go against a vaunted defense, it's like, okay, this defense right here, and then we end up hanging 31 on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Say what you want about Tampa Bay, but at that time they were the number one defense. They
Mm-hmm.
still had guys on that side of the football.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Chargers defense was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't hang some points on defense. The
Mm-hmm.
49ers, they got everybody back healthy in that game. Nick Bosa was back. Greenlaw was back. All those guys was back. So, like I said, I'm not worried about our offense. I'm not really worried about our defense. Them rookies showed me something in that Bengals game, man.
Mm-hmm.
They showed me when it gets rough, they can rise to the occasion and they don't fold. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy for a first year player to go out there and the moment get too big for them. You know what I'm saying? And especially in high pressure situations like they were in, you see your number one corner go out. Oh man, LeJarius is out. Damn. Josh Williams out there, he thinking about the pass, you know what I'm saying? Of all them times he's getting passes thrown over his head and all that stuff. No, they went out there and they played football, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's kudos to the leaders on that side, the Justin Reeves, Juan Thornhill, Chris Jones, Frank Clark, all those guys. They went over there and say, hey, short memory. If you get a pass caught on you, on to the next. You know what I'm saying? You saw it in the franchise when Jamar Chase caught that football. Where did Travis Kelce go? He went right over to Jalen Watson. Hey, race that out your head, man. Pick your head up. You got more football to play. Don't worry about that. And what he do? Get an interception. You know what I'm saying? So I think we'll be fine, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know when the Chiefs will be able to crack their code, but they'll be able to crack it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, they definitely gonna. I believe Andy Reid's gonna see something.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got to be honest. Like, no disrespect, but a little bit of his DNA is in this playbook. you know, the Eagles still run a lot of some of the stuff that Andy Reid runs. So, let's not get it too, like, a lot of those players, some of those players he drafted. He knows some of these guys. So definitely on the offensive line, he knows some of those guys and on the defensive line. He knows Fletcher Cox. He drafted him.
Yeah, Brandon Graham.
He knows those guys. Yes, sir. Let's go, John. So yeah, like I said, man, I'm just excited to see. And like I said, I feel like Pat's gonna be way healthier than what he was in that Bengals game. I think he's gonna actually move around way better than what he did in that Bengals game. He was fresh off the ankle injury, you know what I'm saying? So of course it's gonna be sore, it's gonna be hurt. Now he had a whole week, you know what I'm saying? They probably did their little light practices that that week, but it was nothing crazy. Probably did more so walkthroughs and a little bit of throwing. But they said, Thursday and Friday, he's gonna really like rev it up, test it, see if he's good. And I believe he's gonna be all right. The bigger question is, hopefully Kadarius Toney can stay healthy for the full game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Juju can stay healthy for the full game. Hopefully that injury is not as bad as it was. Hopefully the week did them some good. So because we need those dynamic plays for both of those guys, especially Kadarius Toney. His dynamic playmaking ability will be really essential in this game. So we really need him. Especially with Cole out. You know what I'm saying? Now he's going to be the dynamic playmaker, and I'm pretty sure Andy's going to cook up some stuff for him with the jet sweeps and all that stuff. The screen game, he's going to be instrumental in that game, and all the short stuff that they like to do behind the line of scrimmage. You're going to see a lot of that with Kadarius Toney. And they're probably going to use him a lot on decoys, running them across the field, possibly running, MVS on the other side or whatever. How Andy likes to do, run get everybody going this way and everybody's going that way. So,
it's gonna be a good game, dog. I'm ready.
Yeah, and I think Travis is gonna get his. Travis is, he's too smart. You know what I'm saying? So, what's going on, man? And I think they're gonna do some things to where they're gonna split him out wide more. Not really just put him out as the traditional tight end like most tight ends do. I think they're gonna use him more split out wide. Get him on one-on-one matchups with corners and some of these linebackers, so he could get out in space in the middle of the field. Because I feel that's where you can attack this defense is in the middle of the field. I know Charlie Gardner-Johnson, he's really, really good safety. I'm not denying that, but Travis Kelce is one of the best. So yeah, man, I'm excited. All right, man. Go ahead and land this thing, Clarence. If you look down at the bottom, you see our sponsor, Every Morning Quarterback. Look at the link, emqpodcast.com/locker-room. If you click on that link, you will see the locker room access of all the podcasts under the Every Morning Quarterback umbrella. There's the 49ers, the Chargers, a Jets, a Patriots one, and of course our podcast, Arrowhead Chief Podcast. If you click on the banner, you see all of our episodes from the recent ones to the past ones. Go ahead and click on it, subscribe, so you can get all of our episodes. And whatever streaming platform that you use to listen to your podcast on, Arrowhead Chief Podcast is on there. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, Google, Anchor, Stitcher, Breaker. We're on all of them. Whatever streaming platform you use, Arrowhead Chief Podcast is on there. And if you look above Clarence, you'll see our tag, AH Chief Podcast. You can follow us on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just type in AH Chief Podcast. You'll find us there. You follow us, we will follow you back because we are fans just like you. Because what's our motto, Clarence?
We're not Hollywood.
You know, we are not Hollywood over here. We are fans just like you. We love the interaction with the fans, and we definitely want to see you guys interact with us. Right on, man. And hit us up, man, if you got any, feedback, critiques, you want us to talk about something on the show within reason, nothing stupid, you know what I'm saying, within reason. Hit us up, you know what I'm saying, and we'll talk about it because we want to give y'all the best Chief content that we can give y'all on this show. Just talk to us nice and normal. You know what I'm saying? Don't come at us crazy. You know what I'm saying? All right, Clarence, man. Until Monday.
Till Monday.
When we have our victory lap in our third Super Bowl.
Till Monday, dog. Clock's ticking.
Yes, sir. All right,
Clock.
brother, man. You have a good rest of your week.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Chiefs. Let's get this dub Sunday, man. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Super Bowl champions.
Woo, let's go.
Let's get it.
Please.
Go.